know it's the Mac Militant. Coming to get it on.
What going on? What it do? Now, if you've been reading my community tabs, then yeah, it's not looking good for me right now, dog. Huh?
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phone!
And get the hell out there, man. Shit, move your ass from me. Anyways, look, I know, right? I've been busy, I was sick, whatever, there's no excuse. So, as a little palate cleanser until I could get my act back together, today, in honor of Black History Month, we'll be listing the top 5, in my opinion, greatest black wrestlers that ever wrestled in WWE. Let's go.
I got something I want you to wear. Tonight, you're gonna wear a good ass whipping. Get it down here.
Now, how could I not put the first black world champion on this list? And yeah, I've been around since the 1950s. I'm aware that Bobo Brazil technically got that title before Farouk, but Farouk's accolade is an actually legit one. Yes, this title reign was in WCW, but WWE has owned WCW's rights ever since 2001, 24 years ago. So,
Wipe my ass and lick my balls!
From a star collegiate athlete, to a pro footballer, to biding his time as a tag team champion and mid-carder, and eventually being rewarded his dues in the 90s WCW, a place which, by the way, still hadn't fully shed half of that old South vibes yet, you know. Ole Anderson, Ric Flair. Anyways, Ron Simmons is the definition of taking what's given to him and turning it into gold. Debuting in WWE dressed like what the actual hell this man wearing, bro?
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Yo, they looking like a Power Ranger villain. To end up being a badass pro-black stable leader and eventually a badass enforcer alongside Bradshaw. If anything, Farouk deserves his spot on here just for being that
Damn!
good.
Love to fight. I say your name is Finley and you're a bastard.
If this man WWE run ended in 2008 or early 2019, he'd be nowhere near the top of this list. The less said about that shit, the better. Anyways, Lashley might not have the promo ability of The Rock or the pure wrestling chops of a Booker T, but as a champion amateur wrestler, a unit of a man who, by the way, it looks like this at the age of 50, and really being, in my opinion, the black version of Batista, in hindsight, Lashley's push back in the days is justified as hell. Good eye, Vince, good eye. By the time he left for MMA and TNA to further cement his name, Lash was already a former US and ECW champion. And even though he had a rough start to his comeback,
What the fuck is that?
they eventually paired him with MVP, forming the Hurt Business. That right there was the step in the greatest direction in his career. He became the badass silent bashing machine, akin to Brock Lesnar, eventually winning the WWE Championship. Lash is now enjoying a run in AEW, but I won't be surprised if he comes back for one last run in a couple of years because, again, this man looks like this at 50. Think about that.
Anywhere, nigga, you buff ass, steroid ass nigga, going to run in Canada every day.
Who that about that?
Fitness, 48 of fitness.
Hey, yo, get
take
Sean
another
take some
steroid
greasy ass
pill,
off
you
my
hoe ass
screen, though.
nigga. You was one.
Who the hell daddy back there? Move from me. Move from me. Oh my goodness. Gotta go to the next one.
But there's nobody on God's green earth that's ever pulled 2 tractor trailers.
Persistence, patience, and perseverance. Just 3 words that describe the career of the world's strongest man. It's crazy to think that Mark's career started off in 1996, because when you think about it, it feels like it started around the time when he joined the Nation of Domination. What the hell was he doing in them 2 years, bro? Anyways, Mark's run in WWE was marked by false starts, getting his skills fine-tuned over the course of about 5 or 6 years, I believe, and WWE seemingly not knowing how to book this 6'3" unit for a cool 5 to 6 years. When he came back in the 2000s though, they finally embraced his world's strongest man moniker, and Mark would not only exhibit his strength, but would also complete his character, leading up to his best run, the Hall of Pain. Kicking people's asses,
That's what I do!
scaring the hell out of them little children,
That's what I do!
having one of the best and most emotional swerves in history,
That's what I do!
being an absolute beast and having a Hall of Fame career.
I'm feeling romantical.
Wanna Hootie Ross keep playing with me equipment? Yeah. can't be coming knife from these sabotage centers just to tell y'all that this man here, he never got bust. He never.
Come from it. Nonsense, boy. Yeah. Sorry about that, people. Anyways, jeez, I don't even know who the person was. But before we get into the top 2, a brief little intermission of honorable mentions: Shelton Benjamin, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Bianca Belair, MVP, Ernie Ladd, JYD, Ahmed Johnson, R-Truth, and the rest of the Nation of Domination. Alright, people, so we get into the top 2. No, I based it as not 1 and 2, but 1A and 1B. And I know a lot of y'all could shit on me for this next one, but hear me out. Y'all ready? You ready? Alright, here goes.
Is that what you like? You like the Copa? Yeah. Well, Copa your ass on out of here, jabroni. Beat it!
Hold on. I know. Hold on! Yes, Rock should ideally be number 1 on this list, without a doubt. I mean, it's Rock, you know? But ask yourself, as long as you heard not just WWE, but the wider media group of famous people by ethnicities, what does The Rock usually come up as? For real. Oh, that's right, I thought so. It doesn't, however, change the fact that Rocky Maivia is still a black man. I mean, if Drake, J. Cole, and Al-Hanglas, the people them is being considered as black people, then this man most definitely is a black man. And yes, I know. Some people could be like, well, if he's a black man in your eyes, then that really truly means he should be number 1 on this list, because you see, you know, he's the biggest star in Hollywood right now. He's the biggest wrestling star of all time, so he should be number 1. Listen, I get it, but his association more so with his Polynesian side is what's working against him in this case. I'm not taking away the fact that he's a black man, but I'm just saying, for me, he's not number 1, number 1A on my tier list of black wrestlers, right? And that's mostly because, again, he's The Rock. It took him 7 years to accomplish what many people had to take over 30 years to do in the industry, and that's become a Hall of Fame and also iconic, not just wrestling star, but star in general. So yes, and if you hating and saying, oh, it's because he last name, I'll have you know that if it was for Dwayne Johnson, none of this bloodline shit that you see happening in the WWE would happen. I don't care if you bring up, oh my gosh, Yokozuna, oh my gosh, the West Samoans. Listen, if The Rock didn't become The Rock, none of that shit would have stuck. You understand me? Anyways, that was 1B. Now it's time for 1A. If not Rocky, then who else? When we talk about charismatic, skillful, and a hard worker, we gotta include Booker T in them categories, bro. From playing the straight in WCW's tag team scene to becoming WCW's champion 5 times. Yeah, and even though his federation run was, you know, it started off a bit rocky. The Rock, Triple H, you know, nevertheless, Booker had some of his best runs when he came to WWE. Tag team with Goldust, feud with Stone Cold that had one of the best moments in wrestling history, runs as US, IC, and tag team and world champions, and of course, the crown jewel of them all,
King Booker!
King Booker, one of the most detestable characters I ever seen on TV back in the days. He did everything this man ever do, which means Booker T did his job exactly the way he had to do it. So much so that they eventually had him take the world championship off Batista. The Batista. Yeah. The Rock might be an icon, yes, but to me, Booker T will always be the greatest black WWE wrestler ever. Anyways, people, that's all for now. Thanks for all the support, you know. I like how, you know, we on the road to 100 subs right now. Shit's looking great. And yes, I know, the movies. I get sick, boy. It was out of my control. What? This little bitch. Hey, boy, come back here.
I'm the man. I'm a people chopper.